Poland is a strange country where Skoda is the most popular brand and Octavia is the most popular model, and secretly all salesmen dream of the VRS model. There are a couple of reasons why the VRS may get your pulse up more than the luxury Lauryn and Clement version. Octavia vRS looks mean. Black 18-inch rims and red brake calipers. Together with the black paint, they make this car look like a predator. Add sport seats with black leather and red stitching and you have something that at all doesn't go with the brand known to be value for money. So where's the hook? There are two of them, both in the boot. Skoda owes its success, at least in Poland, partly due to the fact that it offers family-size car for compact car money. The 590-liter boot is so big I can sleep here without actually folding the seats. Also in the back there is more legroom and headroom than in compact cars. In the front, the cockpit is logically laid out. There are some sport accents here and there, like this red stitching or the red finishing here on these sport seats, and of course VRS badges all over the place. Now the problem is that the Simply Clever guys still operate in the sub 5-inch smartphone era, so this rubber thing that I'm supposed to use to keep my smartphone in, well, that doesn't work, that's useless, but there is a little shelf place here that I can put my smartphone in. What else? There are cup holders here in the middle, and in the door bins there's enough space to keep a large bottle of water. Under the armrest the storage is, well, it's quite small, but it's enough to fit these well, two parts that fell off something. I don't know what they are. What else? There's a decent, easy to use infotainment system, and of course keyless ignition. The Octavia is big, which can be an advantage or a disadvantage. Fortunately, this example is equipped with parking sensors, not just in the front and rear, but also on the sides. And trust me, you'll need them. Under the bonnet, the Octavia vRS has a 184 horsepower diesel or a 220 horsepower petrol engine. They are the same engines that are used in Volkswagen Golf GTD or GTI. Here I have the 220 horsepower petrol and it sounds relatively good, even in eco mode. However, if I press the VRS mode button and turn the car into sport, oh, this is where the good stuff begins. Oh yes, unfortunately this sound is fed through the speakers inside. You can't really hear it outside. Well, anyway, see for yourself. You can have the Octavia vRS either with a 6-speed manual or with a 6-speed DSG double clutch gearbox. It doesn't come with the 7-speed DSG because the 7-speed DSG can't cope with the extra torque. On paper, the manual VRS is slightly faster from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. By slightly, I mean a tenth of a second. Well, that's if you can shift gears fast enough, faster than DSG. But anyway, 6.9 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is still a pretty decent time. So DSG is a wise choice, I would say. Steering is light. It stiffens a bit when the car is turned into sport mode, but it still is rather light. However, I do have good feedback from the tires. I know what the front wheels are doing. The suspension is, well, it's stiff enough to give you the illusion that you're driving a sports car. I suppose the Octavia vRS does school runs more often than it does truck days, so I understand why the compromise here. The brakes are decent. The engine sounds sweet. It's also very flexible. However, let me switch to eco mode now. Okay. I'm doing about 90 kilometers per hour right now, which is the legal speed limit extra urban here in Poland. And I can hear the wind noise, and I can hear cars passing me by, like these two. 1, 2, 3. I can hear all of this inside the cabin, so the sound insulation is rather poor, unfortunately. It's a shame because I think this car would do a great motorway cruiser if it weren't for the sound insulation. Also, this car comes equipped with the optional adaptive cruise control. So again, it would be great on the motorway, but unfortunately the noise inside the cabin spoils the whole thing. Another problem with driving this car on the motorway is fuel consumption. It will do around 10 liters per 100 kilometers at motorway speed. In the city, the manufacturer promises 8.1 liters per 100 kilometers. I averaged around between 8 and 9, depending on how careful I was with the throttle. There's a side effect to this additional noise inside the cabin. The Octavia RS feels much faster than it really is, and perhaps that's a good thing, especially that Skoda drivers in Poland like to push their cars to the limit, for reasons which remain obscure to me.
Prices of the Skoda Octavia vRS start at around 30,000 euros. This car has some 8 grand worth of options on it. The Octavia vRS breathes an air of sportiness and looks good enough to be easily spotted among other fleet cars in the parking lot. There is also no sacrificing on the Octavia practicality, so I understand why the hearts of so many a sales rep beat faster when they see a VRS.
There's only one small problem. Drive an Octavia through the city on a weekend evening and you're bound to be hailed like a taxi. Do I look like an Uber to you?
Watch more of my reviews and subscribe to my channel. New reviews every Friday. Rate, comment and share. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Google+. You'll find all the links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.